Hmm. Uh,
Boom, open the app. They will want to download the delivery credit. Just .com, Water Show. Then we got the honest trailer for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. We had the Black Panther cast answering the web's most searched questions. Life Noggin asking, how uneducated is our planet? We also got an awesome video from Draw with Jazza. He has a series called Draw YouTubers as Heroes and Villains. He just put out a round 3 that includes myself, Boogie, Ethan, and Hila from H3H3. It's very cool, and if you like that sort of stuff, links for that is yesterday Israeli police said that there is enough evidence to bring charges against Netanyahu for corruption. According to a statement released by police, there is sufficient evidence against the prime minister on suspicions for the offense of accepting bribes, fraud, and breach of trust. And this statement is huge because it comes after a 14-month investigation into 2 separate corruption cases involving the prime minister. And these investigations are known as Case 1000 and Case 2000. Case 1000 centers on Netanyahu allegedly accepting $280,000 in gifts between 2007 and 2016. Those from Hollywood producer and Israeli billionaire Arnon Milchan and Australian businessman James Packer. The gifts included items such as champagne, cigars, jewelry, clothing. According to police, in return for these gifts, Netanyahu provided Milchan with political and financial favors. Favors, they say, included Netanyahu pushing for a law that would give tax breaks to Israelis returning to Israel after spending time abroad. This would have been worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for Milchan. Netanyahu helping Milchan become a shareholder in one of Israel's top television stations when Netanyahu was communications minister. Netanyahu intervening to prevent the collapse of another Israeli TV station that Milchan had shares in. Netanyahu assisting Milchan to get a new 10-year U.S. visa. Netanyahu pushing through a business deal involving Milchan and Indian billionaire Ratan Tata, even though the Israeli Defense Ministry opposed it. And while Netanyahu has not denied that he received the gifts, he said that they were just merely gifts between friends. And as far as the other investigation, Case 2000, that involves Netanyahu striking a deal in 2009 with a man named Arnon Moses. He's the publisher of one of Israel's largest newspapers, and according to police, Netanyahu would receive positive press coverage in his paper, and then in exchange, he would help promote the paper and try to stop the growth of a rival paper, specifically one that was distributed for free and owned by billionaire casino magnate Sheldon Adelson. There are even secret recordings of conversations between Netanyahu and Moses that were released in January of last year. This by Israel's Channel 2, in which Netanyahu discusses passing legislation that would prevent Adelson's newspaper from being freely distributed. Last week, we also saw the head of Israeli police insinuating in an interview that Netanyahu had hired private investigators to tail the police. This because they've been conducting the corruption investigation. And following all of this news in reaction to the recommendation, Netanyahu made a 10-minute televised statement yesterday. He denied the accusations, saying that he would continue being prime minister, saying, "Since I was elected prime minister, there was hardly a single day in which I was not subjected to slander and false claims. Over these years, there have been no less than 15 investigations against me with the goal of bringing me down. They all began with explosive headlines, live broadcasts from the studios, and some of them even with noisy police recommendations to indict, just like today. All these attempts ended with nothing because I know the truth. I tell you, these two will end with nothing." Which then brings us to the question of what happens next, and also potentially an answer to why. Why does Netanyahu seem so sure that this will end with nothing? Well, now that the police have made their recommendation, the investigation goes to Israel's Attorney General's office. The Attorney General, the state prosecutors, they'll look over the evidence from the police investigations and they'll decide whether to indict Netanyahu. And so what we're looking at is a situation where even if it does happen, and that could take months. And there's also been criticism and people wondering if everything's actually going to be above the board because Israel's Attorney General, he was Netanyahu's former cabinet secretary and also was his favorite choice to become Attorney General. So obviously there's a connection there, a relationship there, many wondering if this person can be objective. And it will be interesting to see what happens because Israel is in a very interesting place right now. If Netanyahu is indicted, he is convicted, he could face prison time. At the very least, this does create a public perception problem for Netanyahu, even if he is not indicted. Israel's other political parties parties have enough seats in Israel's parliament to call for new elections before the scheduled election, so they could potentially take advantage of the situation as it is right now. And also, let's say Netanyahu was removed. This would be a massive change to the region. I mean, we're talking about Netanyahu. He's been in a position of power since the 1990s. There are a lot of question marks. How would this change Israeli-Palestine peace talks? Netanyahu has had a very hardline stance. How would this affect the extremely controversial Israeli settlement situation? And what this affects for the region is far-reaching, so that's why this is going to be one of those situations that it will be important to watch. This is a potential game changer, and so as we find out more as the situation develops, I'll keep you in the loop. Then I want to talk about some really interesting and controversial news coming out of the Netherlands. And the reason for that is the Netherlands has now officially passed a new law that automatically signs everyone up to be an organ donor. And they're also not alone in this move. They're following the footsteps of countries like Spain, France, Belgium. They have similar programs. Now that said, while the program does exist somewhere else, it is still highly debated, both with your everyday people and in the government. In fact, the upper house of representatives only passed this by a vote of 75 to 74. It then had to go to a lower house because it needed some amendments before it passed, but even there, it narrowly passed in a vote of 38 to 36. And so what this law passing means is that in 2020, the active donor registration changes the organ donation system from opt-in to opt-out. The US, most of the world, you have to opt in. You have to say, yes, I'm fine. If I die, you can take my organs. But in the Netherlands, that will no longer be the case. They say people 18 and over who aren't registered already will receive a letter asking them if they want to be a donor. They have the options of yes, no, my next of kin will decide, the designated person will decide. If the person doesn't respond to that one, they will get a second letter 6 weeks later, and if, again, there is no response, they will automatically be signed up to donate their organs. You can still opt out of the program, you just have to take the steps yourself to do it. In response to this change, the Dutch Kidney Foundation's called the vote a real breakthrough for patients on waiting lists. Their founder, Tom Oostrom, adding hundreds of patients will get back their lives and freedom. But I mention this story not to say whether it is right or wrong, but because I'm fascinated to know what you think about this. I'm still trying to digest the situation, that's why I would love to know your thoughts. YouTube, Facebook. Let's talk about the potentially devastating news for YouTube, Facebook, and the creators on their platform. In the past, we've talked about various iterations of the YouTube adpocalypse. Something happens on the platform, a lot of advertisers freak out, they pull their advertising for the time being. And right now, Google, YouTube, Facebook, hell, any social media platform that has had any controversy whatsoever is looking at the bad end of a gun held by Unilever. And if you don't know, Unilever is one of the biggest consumer goods companies in the world. They own brands like Dove, Lipton, Axe, Ben & Jerry's. Even more important, they had an annual global advertising budget of $9.5 billion last year, and 25% of their ads were digital. They were the second biggest global advertiser in the world in 2017. And the reason we're talking about them this week is their chief marketing officer, Keith Weed, said they are prepared to remove their advertising. This threat made in response to the allegations that these online platforms are still not doing enough to police extremist and toxic content. Now keep in mind, in his speech, he does not specifically name Facebook and Google, but it's what he's talking about. Saying fake news, racism, sexism, terrorist spreading messages of hate, toxic content directed at children, parts of the internet we have ended up with is a million miles from where we thought it would take us. As one of the largest advertisers in the world, we cannot have an environment where our consumers don't trust what they see online. It is critical our brands remain not only in a safe environment, but a suitable one. Unilever will not invest in platforms or environments that do not protect our children or which create division in society and promote anger or hate. Consumers care about fraudulent practice, fake news, and Russians influencing the US election. They don't care about good value for advertisers, but they do care when they see their brands being placed next to ads funding terror or exploiting children. We'd also saying that he has already begun discussions with Facebook, Google, Twitter, Amazon, and Snapchat about policing their content better. Now, in response to this, Facebook said they support Weed's comments. Google's saying Weed's always pushed us to be better. This is something we take serious. And also, when I looked at YouTube, I think it's these kind of threats that are the reason why YouTube is finally policing people like a Logan Paul. It's not just that the actions of a very, very large creator on the platform hurts all the little guys. It hurts YouTube itself. Right, with a website as big as YouTube, you can say, you know, there's so much content, the bad content's at the side. When it's one of your staples that is at the center of a controversy, it becomes a different conversation. And this actually ties into a story people have been wanting me to chime in on, and that was specifically the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki. She had an interview. You may have already seen one of the headlines, CEO of YouTube defends Logan Paul. Not a great description of the situation. YouTube CEO says Logan Paul doesn't deserve to be kicked off the platform. That, I personally believe, describes the situation better. And there was a lot of outrage around this report because a lot of people saw this as YouTube defending Logan Paul. If you actually go through the full interview, which I did, what she's saying does make sense. YouTube is currently punishing Logan Paul by removing him from Google Preferred, removing his ads in general. And Susan points out it is incredibly important for them as a company to look at something and go, okay, that's distasteful, that's maybe not advertiser friendly. But did it break guidelines or enough guidelines, the 3-strike policy that we have as creators on YouTube, to remove that person from the site. And on that note, they are saying they are trying to kind of police that gray area, where something may be distasteful, off-putting, but doesn't necessarily qualify for a strike. So with Logan Paul, the suicide exploitation scandal, strike, some of the other things that people have gotten angry about, not so much. But that's where the removal of ads, removing people from recommended, that's where that could go into play.
The thing is, we need to codify what we see as distasteful in our policies, and then we need to have that be very clear so that we're not just saying, oh, look, this is distasteful and kicking it off of the platform. And then I think the other thing we need to do is consult also with experts too. So we're starting to do a lot more of understanding, sort of where do we draw these lines.
My personal mindset, as I've said from the beginning, has not been that Logan Paul should be removed from the website, but for YouTube to change their system, which as of right now, still, even if you remove the advertisements, still incentivizes people to do outrageous, outlandish things. And they've taken those steps, at least partially. We've seen them actually suspend advertising. They've also threatened to remove people from recommended, but with Logan Paul, we haven't seen them actually implement that. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I've talked to several people who probably wouldn't want to be named from YouTube, and there are varying opinions about Logan Paul wait and see what happens. I've talked to several people who probably wouldn't want to be named from YouTube, and there are varying opinions about Logan Paul and his treatment thus far. But that said, all of it brings us back to the Unilever situation, which will be very interesting to watch. Out of all the adpocalypse situations, we've actually never seen Unilever back out. That said, you still have brands like AT&T who have pulled their advertising, still not coming back to play with YouTube. But that said, we'll have to wait and see. That's where I'm going to end today's show. And remember, if you like this video, you like what I'm trying to do on this channel, hit that like.
Oh. Hey. Don't worry, things will be better. Just let the past be the past. I know some of them is just recent, but yeah, you get out there. Yeah, I think it's a sign to stop when you lost like 5 or something.
Traveling to Numbani. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Peace be upon you. Greetings.
I am Mother Russia. I am Mother Russia.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I'll just join just for a bit, just because like I linked it. I was just like
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
so
I love you.
who's smurfing Alpha Wolf? Beside me.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
¿Dónde está?
Enemy
I'm throwing a pole over there.
Fair down. I'm asleep.
Focus at Winston. He's
Fuck. I'm coming around the back.
We must guard the objective.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
It's Farah, jeez.
right. They're rezzing up top.
Winston discorded behind. Nice, nice.
He's half.
Got him.
Oh my god, I lost my ult. Zero
Farah
protection.
discorded.
Ouch! That stings.
Alright, my shield's recharging.
I will watch over you.
I'm be dying. Oh no.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
Damn, this Zarya is still going in for more. Wait, what you kinda expect that?
Winston discorded.
Yo, like, you're not a Smurf, right? Like, you can't be a Smurf.
Mercy discord. Fuck this Farah.
Payload has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah, that Farah needs to be shut down.
Ready for transcendence.
Gotta get the Mercy before you get the Pharaoh. Well, generally.
I've got a shatter for the next fight.
My outfit's ready.
Go now.
Farah discorded. Nice.
Double, triple kill.
Winston behind. It's Discord. Nice.
There we go.
Don't get picked now.
I want to get picked.
But I don't want you. I want to save you myself.
This was thunder.
Mercy Discord.
不许走。
Genji Discord. Nice. Ana Discord.
冰墙升起来吧。That was cool. Okay, healing stream engaged. I am Mother Russia. Okay.
We need to watch out above us.
Oh, yeah, 3 above. Oh no, my trains.
Oh no.
It's not your time.
Didn't have to see.
I have to get back in the fight. Stop the payload.
I almost have another shatter.
Sorry, Discord. Pharah Discord. Oh, nice. Fuck. That McCree just took both healers out.
Their mercy is very low.
I can't believe.
McCree Discording. Genji Discord.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Diva Discord. Genji Discord. We got Winston behind. It's Discord. Nice, good shot.
Pick.
I will watch over you.
Diva Discord. Get her out of mech.
Ultimate's ready.
不许走。
Oh shit, Winston coming for me. Discord.
I got him with the charge.
Nice, good shit.
这样可以挡住他们。
Here, we should definitely push towards them.
I can take care of myself.
Baby Diva's still to our right, the building somewhere.
Ice wall.
Up top now.
On our Discord. Shit.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, right.
Oh,
Diva Discord. God damn it. Fuck. Shouldn't have been.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
Nice, good shit,
job.
McCree. Baby Diva Discord.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Winston Discord behind. Nice.
Everyone stick together. We can
McCree
Sorry
Discord.
for my sniffles. There's something wrong with my nose right now. Like,
Mercy. Is that Mercy Discord?
I don't know, like, I don't know.
Alright, I've got shatter.
knocking them off.
Diva Discord.
Seconds
Hold together. We can do this. 不许走。
Shit.
team kill.
Anyone contest quick? Ah, shit.
That sucked.
Everything can be hacked, and everyone
0 to 3. Switching sides.
Hey guys. We got them on overtime release.
Select your hero.
Well, Burb, what would you rather do?
Yeah.
Our world is worth fighting for.
When we do cap first, if someone goes Bastion, I'll just keep an orb on them.
Attack commences in 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Alright, let's move in on top left.
You better watch
Gotcha.
your step.
My flank, I believe in you guys.
Roadhog discorded?
Alright, let's fall back for a second. Zarya, tell me when you have shield and I'll charge.
I'm ready.
Charging.
Reinhardt discorded? Nice, good shit.
So watch out for the Mercury.
Oh fuck, my
Ah,
life.
damn, that's a lot of damage.
Like 3 Anna guns all on top of that bridge. Let's go down lower.
Come out and face me.
I'm on
He's
the
still top
objective.
right.
Come join me.
Reinhardt discorded?
We traded. Back out or bye. Back up to bye now.
Ouch!
Fucking Christ.
Don't worry. This is safe draw.
Alright.
My ultimate is
I'm just gonna... We should go mid and I'm gonna dive onto their Zenyatta.
Engaged. I'm taking care.
Go for the Zen now. Look, it hurts.
We're down our main healer. We probably shouldn't go in.
Yeah, just try to get a pick.
Ice wall coming up.
This fucking McCree, Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness. Like, what's wrong here, guys? I don't even know, man.
Well, we're running out of time, so let's make some moves.
That stings.
I mean, I have
Roadhog
all, so
discord.
if you get a fat grab, we can freeze them all.
I am taking the objective.
I'm not there yet, that's not fine. But
Freeze
use it
still
if
top
you
right.
need it.
I'm sorry.
Fucking, we need to...
Alpha, do you play as Diva?
Are you talking on me?
No, I sure don't. I mean, I would do it if you want me to, but I don't really have much experience with her.
Alright, alright. So we're probably gonna need dive to break this point because we can't out spam them from top left.
Just everyone come on point with me.
Better watch your step.
Okay, this is scary. What's this?
Reinhardt discorded. Nice.
There's a Roadhog out here frozen. Cut down.
Roadhog discord. Tire. Tire's low. Nice.
Zen point, Zen point.
Stick together. We can do this.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm all the way back here now.
Escort the payload.
Ultimate ready?
Oh my god, fucking Junkrat.
I could use some assistance. I'm here.
On a discord.
The hog's in the building.
It's discorded. Reinhardt discorded. I'm gonna keep my orb on Bastion.
I'm on fire.
Reinhardt discorded.
Well, you know. I'm being attacked. Thank you. Okay.
Nice, guys.
The payload has reached.
They have a chaser in that building to the top right. Or, you know, just watch out for pulse.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Gotcha.
Enemy seen.
Reinhardt discorded.
I will watch over you.
Get the Roadhog. If you can.
Ultimate's red.
Reinhardt discorded. He's low. Roadhog discord. He's going up top right.
Behind Junk.
Tracer behind.
There's a Roadhog up there. Oh, never mind. This kid didn't need to use ult.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Hey, 我又回来啦。One's gonna stop me. 这样可以打败他们。Move the pace.
Nice. Good pick. Diva discord.
冻住，不许走。
Baby Diva discord. Oh fuck.
Wow.
How did we lose that, guys? We gotta kill the junk. That's a biggie. That's a real biggie, actually. And I can't do that because I try to handle frontline. Help me with that, guys.
Reinhardt discorded. Ooh, Zen 1 down.
Junkrat's on top, I think.
It's just their up top or their soldier. And
Diva.
Junkrat's on bottom.
What the fuck?
30 seconds.
You're getting killed from behind.
Oh, I'm just getting melted.
Oh my god. Okay, 15 seconds, guys, so you guys might have to use Zen all in.
We need 10 seconds.
Well, we got a soldier somewhere behind us, fucking slaughtering us.
Go, go. Touch. Oh.
Fucking Christ.
Defeat.
First save. Oh damn. Oh damn. Who am I kidding? At least they tried it. Oh, GG to that game. Let's see. Alright, well, I'm starting. I'm trying to work on like game stuff. Thanks for watching. Today. See you next time.